Just okay. Yeah. Hi. Welcome to Kim and Amy Read Urantia. Okay, this is my friend Amy. Okay, and so we're gonna read to you from the Urantia book. But first, we got "Light the Flame" by Andrew Harvey, and today is December 10th, and it's Psalm. What is it? Psalm
17, 6 through 8.
Okay, so Amy's gonna read the psalm to you.
I cry out to you because you answer me. So tilt your ears toward me now. Listen to what I am saying. Manifest your faithful love in amazing ways, because you are the one who saves those who take refuge in you, saving them from their attackers by your strong hand. Watch me with the very pupil at your eye, of your eye. Hide me in the protection of your wings. I would also like to read this, if I may.
Oh, okay. Well, that's Lao Tzu. That's from
Yes.
the Tao Te Ching.
But I like what it has to say. It says, at the center of your being, you have the answer. You know who you are, and you know what you want. We doubt this.
Oh, all the
so
time.
much. So keep this in mind.
That's Tao. Well, that's one of my three paths. I have three spiritual paths. One is the Tao, and one is Native American tradition, and the other one is Urantia book, and that's where I get my grounding. And so that was really beautiful, Amy. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Okay, so now we're reading from the Urantia book. We're reading paper 28. We're talking about all the angels of the super universes. And yesterday we talked about the primary Secondary the Secondary in general being the angels of the super universes, who are based in, the capitals of the different 7 super universes. They're created in groups of 7. Yesterday we talked about the primary ones. Today we're talking about the secondary Seconphim, right? So that's in every group of Seconphim. There's 1 primary, there's 3 secondary, and 3 tertiary. So the secondary Seconphim. Okay. Amy likes angels.
I do. Very much so.
So there's in this book, I just want you to know there's all these classifications of all these different kinds of angels. And but anyway, this is what we're reading today. Seconphim of the secondary order are no less reflective than their primary fellows. Being classed as primary, secondary, and tertiary does not indicate a differential of status or function in the case of Seconphim. It merely denotes orders of procedure. Identical qualities are exhibited by all 3 groups in their activities. Okay, so the primary feature of Seconphim is reflectivity. So because they are the children of the reflective spirits. They are produced by the 7 reflective spirits assigned to the headquarters of each super universe. Okay, so they are reflective in their nature, which mainly has to do with communication. Okay, the 7 reflective types of secondary Seconphim are assigned to the services of the coordinate Trinity Origin Associates of the Ancients of Days as follows. Okay, so you want to go here?
I don't know if I'll even be able to see this.
Really?
Yeah.
It's up to you. To the Perfectors of Wisdom, the Voices of Wisdom, the Souls of Philosophy, and the Unions of Souls. Okay, so the Perfectors of Wisdom are a classification of universe administrators. Okay? And these secondary
council.
Yeah, I know. There's so many diverse groups of these beings. Okay, so these secondary Seconphim are divided into the Voices of Wisdom, the Souls of Philosophy, and the Unions of Souls. And they're going to describe each one of them, but those are assistants of the Perfectors of Wisdom. Okay? And then there's also the Divine Counselors, which who wrote this was because sometimes divine counselors write these chapters. Okay, this chapter was written by Mighty Messenger. Okay, so to the divine counselors, the hearts of counsel, the joys of existence, and the satisfactions of service. So those are the qualities of the angels that are assigned to these different. Oh, and then to the universal censors are the discerners of spirits.
It's lovely.
Right. So, like the primary order, this group is created serially. That is, the firstborn was a voice of wisdom, the seventh thereafter was similar, and so with the six other types of these reflective angels. So they make one of them this kind, the next one of them is the next kind, the souls of philosophy, and the next one will be a union of souls, and the next one will be a hearts of counsel. So that's seven. That's a group of 7 secondary ones. Okay. The voice, number one, the voice of wisdom. Voices of wisdom are assigned to the perfectors of wisdom. Okay, certain of these Secondary are in perpetual liaison with the living libraries of paradise, the custodians of knowledge belonging to the primary Supernaphim. In specialized reflective service, the voices of wisdom are living, current, replete, and thoroughly reliable concentrations and focalizations of the coordinated wisdom of the universe of universes. To the well nigh infinite volume of information circulating on the master circuits of the super universes, these superb beings are so reflective and selective, so sensitive as to be able to segregate and receive the essence of wisdom and unerringly to transmit these jewels of mentation to their superiors, the perfectors of wisdom.
Wow.
And they so function that the perfectors of wisdom not only hear the actual and original expressions of this wisdom, but also reflectively see the very beings of high or lowly origin, which who gave voice to it. So we of lowly origin are capable of wisdom. Yeah. It is written, if any man lack wisdom, let him ask. Ask for the wisdom.
Yep.
Anuversa, which is the capital of our super universe. Okay. When it becomes necessary to arrive at the decisions of wisdom in the perplexing situations of the complex affairs of the super universe government, when both the wisdom of perfection and of practicability must be forthcoming, then do the perfectors of wisdom summon a battery of the voices of wisdom, and by the consummate skill of their order, so attune and directionize these living receivers of the and-minded and circulating wisdom of the universe of universes, that presently, from these seraphic voices, there ensues a stream of the wisdom of divinity from the universe above, and a flood of the wisdom of practicality from the higher minds of the universes below.
It's really beautiful. I understand it.
Do you really?
I do. I think it's wordy for people that are new that don't understand this.
I know, but look at this sentence is this long.
I know.
That long. This long. This is small print, guys. To me, I love that, but I feel that. That makes me have a lot of respect for it. But I understand where we're at. We've done a lot of dumbing down of our
because things can get lost in translation for people that are new to this.
Yeah.
So be gentle with yourself. Be kind on yourself. It takes time.
Yeah, it takes time.
And it's a process.
Yeah, I guess, it's true, but I don't know. That's part of what really makes me respect this, because this is God talking. God, I mean, I don't know. I guess the simple voices are true, but there are why would you expect it to be, yeah. Okay. This my friend Angel has a boyfriend. That's good.
I think this is absolutely beautiful, and it's very elegant, and it's very divine, and
Yeah, I'm gonna keep
it's
reading
graceful. Yeah.
because we got to get through the section.
Mhm.
We got to get. Oh man, there's a lot. Okay, if confusion arises regarding the harmonization of these two versions of wisdom, immediate appeal is made to the divine counselors, who forthwith rule as to the proper combination of procedures. If there is any doubt as to the authenticity of something coming in from realms where rebellion has been rife, appeal is made to the censors who, with their discerners of spirits, this is the censors, the discerners of spirits, are able to rule immediately as to what manner of spirit actuated the advisor. So if there's something wrong, these are the guys that make the decisions about what. Yeah. So are the wisdom of the ages and the intellect of the moment ever present with the Ancients of Days. Ancients of Days are rulers on Uversa, right? Like an open book before their beneficent gaze. You can just faintly comprehend what all this means to those who are responsible for the conduct of the super universe governments. The immensity and the comprehensiveness of these transactions are quite beyond finite conception.
Mm-hmm.
When you stand, as I repeatedly have, in the special receiving chambers of the Temple of Wisdom on Uversa and see all this in actual operation, you will be moved to adoration by the perfection of the complexity and by the surety of the working of the interplanetary communications of the universes. You will pay homage to the divine wisdom and goodness of the gods who plan and execute with such superb technique, and these things actually happen just as I have portrayed them.
It's beautiful.
2. The soul of philosophy. These wonderful teachers are also attached to the perfectors of wisdom, and when not otherwise directionized, remain in focal synchrony with the masters of philosophy on paradise. Think of stepping up to a huge living mirror, as it were, but instead of beholding the likeness of your finite material self, of perceiving a reflection of the wisdom of divinity and the philosophy of paradise. And if it becomes desirable to incarnate this philosophy of perfection, so to dilute it as to make it practical of application to it and assimilation by the lowly peoples of the lower worlds, these living mirrors have only to turn their faces downward to reflect the standards and needs of another world or universe. By these very techniques do the perfectors of wisdom adapt decisions and recommendations to the real needs and actual status of the peoples and worlds under consideration. So the wisdom is adaptive, right?
Mm-hmm.
And always do they act in concert with the divine counselors and the universal censors. But the sublime repleteness of these transactions is beyond even my ability to comprehend. The person who wrote this. Yeah, because they don't even.
I see it like a blanket of comfort to just know that they're there and they're in charge and in control, and they help guide us with discernment and practicality. And
so when you need wisdom,
it's lovely,
or to know about these things, they're there to help you, guide you to the point where you're able to understand, and they pull you forward like that, right?
Wouldn't it be amazing to have been the one to be there to see this?
To see this being created?
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Well, you know, there's that white book that I showed you is all about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. The union of souls, completing the triune staff of attachment to the perfectors of wisdom, are these reflectors of the ideals and status of ethical relationships, of all the problems in the universe requiring an exercise of the consummate wisdom of experience and adaptability. None are more important than those arising out of the relationships and associations of intelligent beings. whether in human associations of commerce and trade, friendship and marriage, or in the liaisons of the angelic hosts, there continue to arise petty frictions, minor misunderstandings, too trivial even to engage the intention of conciliators, but sufficiently irritating and disturbing to mar the smooth working of the universe if they were allowed to multiply and continue.
Wow.
Therefore, do the perfectors of wisdom make available the wise experience of their order as the oil of reconciliation for an entire super universe. Okay, so this is the oil of reconciliation. In all this work, these wise men of the super universes are ably seconded by their reflective associates, the unions of souls. Okay, so that's what perfectors of wisdom do. And their assistants are these unions of souls who make available current information regarding the status of the universe and concurrently portray the paradise ideal of the best adjustment of these perplexing problems. When not specifically directionized elsewhere, these Secondary remain in reflective liaison with the interpreters of ethics on paradise. Okay.
Sounds exhausting.
Oh, well, they're working so hard for us. So these three groups are attached to the perfectors of wisdom. Yeah. Okay. These are the angels who foster and promote the teamwork of all Orvanten. One of the most important lessons to be learned during your mortal career is teamwork, right? We're never in this alone, guys. It seems like that a lot.
Yeah.
Especially this last, the society's gotten more fragmented and disconnected. And, the whole pull yourself up by your bootstraps mentality, right? Well, what is the bootstraps? What is even like? I never even saw a bootstrap. What is that? The spheres of perfection are manned by those who have mastered this art of working with other beings. Few are the duties in the universe for the lone servant.
Yeah.
The higher you ascend, the more lonely you become when temporarily without the association of your fellows.
Wow.
So there are times when we'll have to be without that association, but
but knowing that it's there in hindsight.
Yeah. Right?
And relying on what you know and to be true. And
yeah, there's one group of beings that is fascinating to me, the mighty messengers. I think I'm gonna read about them a little bit tomorrow about them. But they're like the spies.
That would be fun.
Wouldn't that be amazing? But they're sent out in the territory to collect information inobtrusively, and their identities are secret. They're kind of like inobtrusively, kind of like, you know what I mean? But they're relaying information about what's going on out there back to paradise or back to, super universe stuff. Yeah. And we can be that. So it's like, that's kind of what I want to be that. I could do that. Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm inobtrusive. I'm like the mouse in the corner.
Psst. No, you're not.
Well, yeah, I am. Fly on the wall. It's like, yeah, no, don't notice me. I'm just listening. I'm just here. Yeah, I do that. You don't think so? I stick out? Oh, no. She says I stick out.
She has to help people. And
I do.
Yeah, so you couldn't be intrusive.
You don't think I could do that?
I don't think I could either. I want to. I can't shut up. So I'm doing good though now.
You're doing good. Did you take your insulin?
Yes, I did.
All right. The heart of counsel. Okay, so now we're talking about these next batch are servants to the divine counselors. Okay. The heart of counsel. This is the first group of these reflective geniuses to be placed under the supervision of the divine counselors. Seconphim of this type are in possession of the facts of space. The facts of space, being selective for such data in the circuits of time.
Wow.
The time-space type
that would
stuff.
be fascinating.
Especially are they reflective of the superific intelligence coordinators, but they are also selectively reflective of the counsel of all beings whether of high or low estate. Whenever the divine counselors are called upon for important advice or decisions, they immediately requisition an ensemble of the hearts of counsel, and presently there is handed down a ruling which actually incorporates the coordinated wisdom and advice of the most competent minds of the entire superuniverse, all of which has been censored and revised in the light of the counsel of the high minds in Habona and even of paradise.
See, and that's what amazes me, is how they can be selectively reflective with all of that.
Yeah. It's
going
like
on.
they can know everything at once,
Mhm.
and yet they can be in tune with any specific part of
Mhm.
any little tiny thing, they can concern themselves with.
Like, that's beyond my comprehension of
It's like, how do you even do that?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I mean? But they do that.
Mm-hmm. Now, if that's a skill we could learn.
Well, you can. I try to learn, but that's kind of like this bridging. Is like the many and the one. It's like all like, how do you between them? Yeah. But they bridge that gap perfectly. Yeah. 5, the joy of existence. By nature, these beings are reflectively attuned to the superaphic harmony supervisors above, and to superaphic harmony supervisors above, and to certain of the seraphim below. But this is difficult to explain just what the members of this interesting group really do. Okay. So these are Secondary. These are angels that are higher than the seraphim.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Their principal activities are directed toward promoting reactions of joy among the various orders of the angelic hosts and the lower will creatures. So they promote reactions of joy
Mhm.
among that's you, Amy.
Thank you.
Yeah. So she gets a lot of joy working with the angels, and so they've been working on you. See, with that, these kind are in your life. The divine counselors to whom they are attached seldom use them for specific joy finding. In a more general manner, and in collaboration with the reversion directors are the ones that take us back into our past and like let us reflect on the things that we miss when we're
And we need that too, because we have to have that balance.
Yeah,
and be able
going
to
forward
learn.
and learning. Look, back before you can go forward.
Grow through what you go through.
Yeah. In collaboration with reversion directors, they function as joy clearinghouses. So if you've got any pent up joy that you just need to get clear of, these are the ones that help you. Do you have any pent up joy? I know I'm feeling it a little bit.
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
I think I get it out.
Do you get it?
Yeah, I get it out.
You get it like, yeah.
Obnoxiously sometimes.
Yeah. Joy clearinghouses seeking to upstep the pleasure reactions of the realms while trying to improve the humor taste. So they improve our humor taste. No more potty jokes. That's
no.
Well, I mean, that's we're trying to upgrade the humor to
elevated, more sophisticated.
Yeah, right? Yeah, like that dry British humor is so sophisticated. I don't know. To develop a super humor among mortals and angels. We're supposed to develop a super humor.
Well, God and the angels and the divine, they all have a sense of humor.
I think
sometimes we're just not laughing with them.
I think they have a sense of humor. I think they do. And I think that's important. Humor is very important.
I've had days where I'm like, God, I know you're laughing, but I'm not laughing with you right now. This is not funny. Later on, it's really funny.
Okay. That's that when you need to have that joy cleared out, you can call on one of these. They endeavor to demonstrate that there is inherent joy in free will existence, independent of all extraneous influences, and they are right. although they meet with great difficulty in inculcating this truth in the minds of primitive men.
Yes.
Because the primitive men are going
People need to understand that free will is actually a gift. We don't understand that.
Yeah, because, you know, we always say, oh, we're so free, but we really want to be told what to do. We don't want to be responsible for thinking for ourselves.
Yeah.
Did you notice that? That's
Yep. When we do something wrong.
Well, or not only anything. It's like when we're sitting here and like going, I don't know what to do. Like, what do I think about that? What am I supposed to think about it? Well, what do you think about it? You know? And that's what, you know, I teach these kids, and I get that all the time. Think, well, what do you think about what happened? And you know what I mean? And they're like looking at me like, what do you want me to say?
Lost.
What do you want me to say? Yeah.
Yeah, they want to say the right thing.
They want to say the right thing.
Because
they
don't know
get
how
a
to
point.
think for themselves.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Yes. Okay. The higher spirit personalities and the angels are more quickly responsive to these educational efforts. Okay. So right. They're teaching us to laugh at ourselves. Right. Number 6, the satisfaction of service. These angels are highly reflective of the attitude of the directors of conduct on paradise, and functioning much as do the joys of existence. They strive to enhance the value of service and to augment the satisfactions to be derived therefrom.
Yep. Service workers.
Yeah. So they're helping us to feel good about doing good deeds.
Yep.
Right?
I come from a long line of service workers.
Yeah. They have done much to illuminate the deferred rewards inherent in unselfish service.
Yeah.
Service for extension of the kingdom of truth.
Wow.
The divine counselors to whom this order is attached utilize them to reflect from one world to another the benefits to be derived from spiritual service, and by using the performances of the best to inspire and encourage the mediocre. These Secondary contribute immensely to the quality of devoted service in the super universes. Effective use is made of the fraternal competitive spirit by circulating to any one world information about what the others, particularly the best, are doing. A refreshing and wholesome rivalry is promoted even among the seraphic hosts.
I like the idea of rivalry, and all of that is so eloquently put.
Well, you know, and what's not rivalry, it's
Yeah,
you know,
it's
like
healthy.
It's like as long as it's healthy.
Competitive and
Competition
good.
can be
Yeah.
healthy or unhealthy, but here we're trying to see that these guys can do this
The joy in the
amount of service,
rivalry.
that then we can do something good too. Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Yes. Okay. 7, the discerner of spirits. Okay, so this is the only group of these Secondary Seconphim that are attached to the universal sensors. And the universal sensors are powerful. The universal sensors, I think I have this idea that they're the managers of the reality with the fragments of time space continuum.
Okay.
So because this is like God's garden of the reality tree, and it has to be pruned. Okay, so they get a judgment to do that, and these guys are the ones that actually carry out that.
Okay.
I think. Of course, you know, I just have ideas of my own, you know. So if anybody wants to argue with me, hey, bring it. You know, I don't know. I'm not a good arguer, though. I'll probably just let you win. The discerner of spirits. A special liaison exists between the counselors and advisors of the second Havona circle and these reflective angels. They are the only Secondary attached to the universal sensors, but are probably the most uniquely specialized of all their fellows. Regardless of the source or channel of information, no matter how meager the evidence at hand, when it is subjected to their reflective scrutiny, these discerners will forthwith inform us as to the true motive, the actual purpose, and the real nature of its origin. Okay, folks, so they see you, They see your naughty thoughts. These guys will see your good thoughts and your naughty thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
You can't cover it. Okay, I marvel at the superb functioning of these angels who so unerringly reflect the actual moral and spiritual character of any individual concerned in a focal exposure. So they see you when you're sleeping and know when you're awake.
That's Santa.
Well, I know. Santa is one of these. Okay, the discerners of spirits carry on these intricate services by virtue of inherent spiritual insight, if I may use such words, in an endeavor to convey to the human mind the thought that these reflective angels thus function intuitively, inherently, and unerringly. When the universal censors behold these presentations, they are face to face with the naked soul of the reflected individual. And this is this very certainty and perfection of portraiture in part explains why the censors can always function so justly as righteous judges.
Mm-hmm.
The discerners always accompany the censors on any mission away from Uversa, and they are just as effective out in the universes as at their Uversa headquarters. I assure you that all these transactions of the spirit world are real, that they take place in accordance with established usages and in harmony with the immutable laws of the universal domains. The beings of every newly created order, immediately upon receiving the breath of life, are instantly reflected on high, a living portrayal of the creature nature and potential is flashed to the super universe headquarters. Thus, by means of the discerners, are the censors made fully cognizant of exactly what manner of spirit has been born on the world of space.
That's incredible.
Okay. Do you want to do the last one? Can you see it? Do you think you can?
I can try.
I can try. Because I put my flashlight on it.
So it is with mortal man, the mother spirit of Salvington knows you fully, for the Holy Spirit on your world searches all things, and whatsoever the divine spirit knows of you is immediately available whenever the soporific discerners reflect with the spirit concerning the spirit's knowledge of you. It should, however, be mentioned that the knowledge and plans of the Father fragments are not reflectable. The discerners can and do reflect the presence of the adjusters, and the censors pronounce them divine, but they cannot decipher the content of the mindedness of the mystery monitors.
Okay, so that's the part of you. That's the part that God is indwelling your mind, right? So you have that. That's the gift. So they don't question that, and we wouldn't even if we could, because that it assesses that and it knows that that's divine.
Yeah.
So it knows. Okay, you have a
That's
thought
your
adjuster
part and your relationship with you and God.
between you and God. So it doesn't go into that.
Mm-hmm.
That's your kind of sacred place in your mind.
And having the discerners watch you in your naked soul truth, that's a good thing. It's not a bad thing.
It's a good thing.
It's a good thing.
Yeah, it's a good thing. And you know they love you. Like you were naked when you came out of your mommy, and she wiped your little tushy when it was nasty. And that's what these guys do.
Yeah.
We're like little babies to them, and they care for us. And when we're naughty, they try to, correct us. When, they steer us away from the hot stove.
We still have that gift of free will to make our choice and decision.
Because we want to know what is that hot stove. We want to know what is that. We're like, yeah, there's all kinds of stuff all over the place, and we naturally want to know, but they help us.
Mm-hmm.
And
they guide us and help us to learn
yeah,
from our mistakes so that we can make right or better decisions going forward.
Yeah.
It's a learning and it's a process of growth And it's a journey.
Yeah. And how do you get that? You just got to want it. You got to want it. You got to ask for it. And it comes in little pieces. The more you trust it, the more it's going to come. But it's hard to trust. You trust in little pieces, little steps, a little bit at a time.
And trusting in yourself too.
Well, in yourself, the part that's connected with the divine. Because there's part of yourself that wants all kinds of crazy stuff. And I know that I do.
Mm-hmm.
I
we
want
all do.
I
That's
want
the humanness in us.
a great big chocolate Santa. Life size. But no, I don't want that. That's not good, right?
Right.
Yeah.
This is fun.
I want to take a trip to New Zealand for Christmas. But that's probably not in my budget, right? Right?
Yeah.
Like that. Okay, so this is fun. We got to go buy Christmas presents now. So, or not gonna buy them. We're gonna get Christmas presents anyhow. Anyway, all right. We love you very much, and you have a really good day. Okay?
This was so much fun. Bless you all.
Oh, I'm so glad you enjoyed it. I didn't know if you would, but
yeah,
you know,
I come back and do
you
this
would do
again.
some more.
Yeah.
Okay, we do this every day. You can come.
Okay.
All right. See you. Bye.
Bye, everybody. This was fun.
Was it?